Hi, my name is Spencer, and I'm going to walk you through how to use Reaction's marketplace features today. To get up to speed quickly, I've already cloned Reaction from GitHub using the Reaction init command with the Reaction CLI tool. I've also already set up my reaction.json and settings.json files. If you're interested in setting those files up yourself, there are instructions for how to do so in our docs. Additionally, I've already run Reaction the first time using Reaction Run. That process takes a little over a minute, so we're cutting that out by starting with an app that's already running. So we can see here that our default admin info has been printed in the console on the first run. So we're going to use that to log in as the administrator for the first time. So loading up our localhost 3000 here. I'm going to go ahead and sign in as our testing@reactioncommerce.com address. This is our marketplace admin because it's the first shop that we're creating. So it's our primary shop admin, which also happens to be our marketplace admin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up the marketplace functionality. So to do that, we're going to go into our shop settings here. We can see here additional shop settings. We have general settings. We can set or change our address. There's a few other options in there, but the one we're interested in here is the marketplace settings. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. So that enables marketplace. Now we can open this marketplace tab. We have a few options here. Allow merchant sign up is a setting that will allow anyone with an account to create a shop on your marketplace. By not checking this, each shop owner has to be explicitly invited by the marketplace owner. In our case, that's what we want. So we're going to go ahead and invite a shop owner. Sawyer is my dog. He's going to run a shop here. So go ahead and invite this user. This is going to go ahead and create a shop and assign all of the necessary permissions to that user. So that invitation has been sent. We'll get back to that in just a second. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to set up shop payment. So we're going to go in here. We're going to turn on Stripe. Stripe right now is the only integration that provides marketplace payments. We're also going to set up a Stripe application fee. This is a feature specific to Stripe Connect. So let's set a Stripe application fee of 10% here. Save those changes. The next thing that we're going to do is set up shipping. Shipping currently is set up exclusively through the marketplace. Individual merchant shops currently cannot set up their own shipping rates. So we are going to use the flat rate shipping because that's the easiest to set up, especially if you don't have a ShipO key. So we'll set up standard shipping here, which is enable the $2.99 shipping rate. Next thing that we're going to set up is taxes. So I'm going to set up a tax rate for this primary shop. We're going to use custom tax rates, but you could also use Avalara or TaxCloud if you were inclined. So we'll set up a tax rate here in New York. We'll say 11011, and we'll say this is a 15% tax rate. Save the changes here. The next thing that we need to set up is we need to make sure that we activate the shop that we just invited. So here in the world icon is a dashboard called Marketplace Shops. We'll open that up, and you can see that the shop that we just invited is a status called New. So we can drop that down. We can select Active here. Any shop that has a status other than active, it will be a shop that the products do not appear in the primary product grid, and that shop owner will have limited access to other things. As we build out more marketplace functionality, there will be more statuses and more options within this marketplace shops feature. But for now, if you are not seeing certain permissions for your marketplace shop owner, or if you're not seeing those products in the grid, the first thing to check is that that shop is active in your marketplace shops dashboard as the marketplace administrator. All right, so that shop is now active. So we're going to go off screen here and check my email for an invite. And then we can open up that invite and copy the link address. And then because we're in development mode here, I'm just going to open up a new incognito window, and we're going to paste the link from the Get Started invite that was sent to my shop manager. So the first time this loads up, we're going to set our password because this is a new user. So we'll set that password there. So you'll see here it's going to load this new user with a new shop. So this user has certain permissions here within the shop. So the first thing we're going to do as this merchant shop is we need to set up the address. So we're going to go to the shop settings, and we are going to go ahead and rename this shop. Call this shop Dog Stuff, and change the slug as well. The email should be fine. We'll go ahead and save the changes here. I'm going to open the shop settings back up. We're also going to make sure we set the address. Stripe Connect requires an address, and so we need to set up an address here before we can connect our payment. Dog Stuff. And then let's see. Call this 987 Anywhere Street. Say this is in New York. And then 10001. So this is a different postal code than we set up for our primary shop. We're in the US here, and our phone number is 555-555-1234. So this will be our address here. We want to save those changes. So now that we have an address, we can go ahead and connect our Stripe account. So we're going to go ahead and click Start Accepting Payment here. And this will set up payment for this merchant account, and it will be integrated as a Stripe Connect account with our primary or marketplace owner shop. So what you can do here, you can either sign in if you have an existing Stripe account, or Stripe will allow you to create an account on the fly. It will connect the account either way, directly with the marketplace shop or the marketplace administrator account. In development mode, we can go ahead and skip this account form, and this will create a test account for us in Stripe. So this is going to redirect us back to Reaction and set up all of the Stripe integration stuff. We can go ahead and close out this window here. So now you can see our Stripe account has been connected. We can click this link here, and we'll open this Stripe dashboard up, and you can see that we have a test unnamed account. This is the account that Stripe just created for us when we clicked skip this form. So once we start pushing some payments and some orders through here, we'll be able to see the payments that are associated with this shop are going to come into this account. So we'll go back over here to our test shop. The next thing that we can do is we can set up our Shopify connector. So we have a Shopify connector built in, and we're going to go ahead and pull in some Shopify Connect API keys from off screen here. These are for a test Shopify shop that doesn't actually exist in the real world. So we use the API key and the API password here to give us API access to Shopify. The API shared secret here in this case is used to enable and to verify webhooks coming from Shopify. So the API shared secret is used again to verify the webhooks, and then the shop slug is essentially the part of your URL that comes before the myshopify.com. So in our case, this is Reaction Commerce Test-2. So we're going to save that, and then we can go ahead and check this box product so we can start importing products. And we will see those products start to import. There's not too many products in this test shop, so they'll be imported quickly. And then the next thing that happens after all the products are imported is that all of the images associated with these products will be queued for import in our job queue. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and set up some custom tax rates for this shop. We'll turn that on, create a custom tax rate here. We're going to set this one up for New York as well. And then we're going to set this one up for 1001, which was the zip code that we set up as our shop address. And then we're going to say this is a 20% tax rate here. Save those changes. The next thing that we need to do is we need to publish a product. Let's refresh here and see if any of those images have loaded. Just force that. So we have a 5-panel cap here that I'm going to publish. So we're going to make this a public product, and we're going to publish that. All right, so now what we can do is we can actually go ahead and load up a third session here in Chrome. So we have a product that is published from the main Reaction shop, and we also have this 5-panel cap that is published from our merchant shop. And they're both sitting in our product grid here because the merchant shop has published this 5-panel cap, and it is an active shop, and the main marketplace has published this basic Reaction shop, or basic Reaction product. So we can go ahead and add one of each of these. I like that heather green. We'll add that to our cart, and then we can add the green basic Reaction product to go along with it. We can go ahead and start a checkout. We'll continue as a guest. Continuing as a guest in this case requests an email before we continue with the order process, because Stripe Connect requires an email address in order to create a charge. So we'll say Spencer plus guest at reactioncommerce.com. We'll add that email. Say, let's see, guest 123 anywhere street. We're going to use that same postal code that we set up for the taxes. And then let's see, 555 123 1234 is our phone number here. Save and continue. We see that that flat rate shipping option is showing up. And then in our cart review, you're going to see a few things here. We have 2 items in the cart. This is 1 item from each shop. We have a subtotal here that is both items combined. We have a shipping charge that is 1 for each shop. So we're charging $2.99 shipping to ship to the primary shop, or to ship from the primary shop, and we're also charging $2.99 shipping to ship from the merchant shop. You'll see that the tax rate here is 20%, and that is 20% just of the item that is coming from the merchant shop, because that is the only tax rate that matched with our guest address. So we can go ahead and enter a fake card number here. We can go ahead and enter a fake expiration months and drop a fake CVV in there. Go ahead and enter this order. So now that we've completed this order, you're going to see a few things here. This is our new completed order page. You'll see that dog stuff has an item that was sold, the 5-panel cap, for $48. You also see we have a separate store, the primary marketplace shop, that also sold an item. So both of those items are included in the completed order, but they're listed separately. You can see we have a single shipping address and a single billing address. And then the order summary, you can see that we have part of the order is fulfilled by dog stuff, and part of the order is fulfilled by Reaction. So we get a different subtotal for each of those. You can see, again, tax is only charged on the dog stuff order and is not charged on the Reaction order. So that is essentially how an order works. Now, if we flip back over here, we can go to the orders panel, and you can see that we have an order from guest in our merchant shop. So we can go ahead and start to fulfill this order, and you'll notice that the total is only for the part of the order that we fulfilled. So the merchant shops can only see their own part of the order and have no visibility into the rest of the order. So we'll go ahead and start fulfilling this item here. So we can go ahead and approve this and capture this payment here. Capture that payment. And now one thing that we can see if we flip over into the Stripe dashboard and visit our payments tab, is you can see that the payment was captured. It was captured for this $60.59, which is different again than the total in the completed order. But this is the amount of the authorization that we created for that part of the order. So we create two separate charges and two separate authorizations, one for each shop that's represented in that checkout. You can also see that there's a fee associated here. We have an application fee of $4.80. So that is 10%. That's that application fee we set up. And then you also have the Stripe processing fees, which the merchant shop is responsible for. So we could go ahead and print this invoice, but I want to show you guys also, if we look at the order within Reaction, we can go ahead and approve and capture the other payment that was charged. And if we look back over here at Stripe, we still have only this one payment. So the payments are completely separate and they're associated with different Stripe accounts. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and fulfill this order. So we could, print that invoice. We could generate label and tracking. In this case, we don't have a label or tracking to generate. So we can just click Shipped here, notify this customer, and that item has sent. That's the basics of Marketplace. I hope that was informative. And if you have any questions, let us know. You can find us on Gitter. You can post in our forums. If you run into any issues, check us out on GitHub. Thanks for watching.